Hello guys, so today I'm going to be talking about um, why I dropped out of high school and also like the steps I get. Let's start off by saying why I dropped out of high school. Okay, so let me give y'all a backstory. I live in a small town in Georgia. I was in ninth grade before I dropped out, so let me tell y'all the story of why I dropped out. The way I was able to drop out in high school is actually because I failed a grade. I failed the first grade. I was held back. And if you fail a grade, you're basically a year ahead of everybody. So my 16th birthday was in January, and after January I decided like, yeah, I'm gonna drop out. Like, I knew right when I turned 16 I was gonna drop out. So I asked the teacher, and yes, legally a parent can sign you out at the age of 16. I don't know if y'all can relate, but my whole life I have never made really good grades. I guess I made A, B's, and C's. Up until 8th grade, I made my first F. Now, the reason I made my first F is because I started slacking off. But even when I did try my hardest, I would make like a very low A, and it would only be like one A, and then it would be like some B's, and they'd be very low B's also. So I'd get very lucky if I had an A. It would usually be in like PE or something easy. After I made the F last year, I said that this year I would do my best, and I wouldn't like let people bother me, I guess. I just do the best I can and graduate. Okay, so like we're just being like brainwashed in school. Y'all can watch videos about it. Y'all don't have to believe me, but it just is what it is. But that's not why I dropped out. I'm just telling y'all. Like, we're basically brainwashed to believe that you can't be successful if you don't finish high school and go to college and this and that. But I mean, honestly, you can be. It is possible. You can do whatever you want. I don't know where I was. I guess school just really was hard for me my whole life. That's where I was. So this year I was like, I'm going to be doing better than I ever have before, and I'm going to graduate. I want to have honors this year. That was my goal. I get my first midterm. I'm doing pretty good. I have B's and C's, which is good for me because in 8th grade I was doing horrible. And then the report card comes. I have all passing grades. Yeah. So then we're on a break after that first term, I guess. So I passed all the hard classes, and then second term comes, and I don't know why, but I just when I came back to school, I had this overwhelming depression, which I really had my whole life, but this year it's just really gotten bad to the point where I'm starting to hallucinate when I'm in the classroom, and everything just looks like I'm high, and everything's distorted, if that makes any sense. When I'm in the classroom, I can't pay attention. Everything's just distorted. And I really truly believe it's because I wasn't in a happy environment, because it happens sometimes at home, but for the most part it doesn't. So yeah, I started making bad grades, and I actually made the mistake of not caring about school anymore, which honestly, if you're serious about school, you can't give up, especially not in high school. High school is hard, and high school will eat you up. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, high school really, any of y'all are in the 8th grade, when y'all get in high school, y'all really gotta, because it's harder. It gets harder and harder. It was easy to begin with. You know what? And I'm gonna be honest, like, if I didn't have all this stuff like going through my head in school and worrying about what people had to say, because I said I wasn't, but I did. If I didn't worry about any of that, honestly, I would have did better in school. But I was just doing really bad, and I went to check my grades, and I had 30s and 40s, and it was just really sad. So I was like, oh my God, I really gotta bring this stuff up. So I tried my hardest, and I did bring up all my grades to low 70s. But one thing I did have to do that is I had to cheat. I could not do it on my own. Like, I physically tried. And I know a lot of y'all are gonna be like, you could have did it on your own, but I was really trying, y'all. Like, y'all might not believe me, but I was really trying my hardest, and I did not understand anything after I came back to school. I did not understand anything. So I cheated the rest of the semester. As I said, I passed with very low grades, and we started the new semester. So when we started the new semester, everything was just worse. Everything got worse and worse and worse. Every day I went back to school, I was just more and more depressed. honestly, me and my best friend were falling off. And I'm really being honest. You can ask anybody. You could ask anybody that went to my school. I would sit by myself at lunch on the phone with my boyfriend. My boyfriend is the only person I had the whole time I was at school. And I know that seems crazy, but I really would, like, he's really all I had the whole time I was at school. I didn't really have no friends. The best friend I had wasn't in any of my class periods. We didn't have lunch together or nothing. So honestly, it was just really hard for me to stay focused. I was very depressed. And honestly, this might be taking a leap to some people, but school made me want to kill myself. And I'm not even exaggerating. School literally made it that far for me to the point where but y'all, like, I did feel suicidal, and I felt like I didn't have nobody, and nobody understood that feeling. I would tell people how I felt about school. They'd be like, I feel the same way, but not the way I did. And I knew it wasn't the way I did. School, honestly, just was never for me. From the get-go, I made B's and C's, and I feel like, honestly, if you're not making like A, B on a roll, you're probably not gonna do well. And I'm not trying to be rude by saying that, but I just couldn't do it, and I felt like I was really gonna end up having like zeros on my report card. So in Georgia, it is a federal law. Like, if you stop going to school without parents' consent, you can get taken away, put into a foster care, and foster care will make you go to school. Yeah. So I stopped going to school. Like a week or so, I don't know how long it was, but I stopped going to school. And eventually they did call, and they forced my mom to go up there. Well, I forced her to go up there and sign me out of school. So basically, the options you can get when you're signing a child out, if any parents are watching, the options for signing a child out are like, you can either sign them out completely or sign them out, and basically the other option to sign them out is like an online school, and I guess you have a certain amount of time to put them in an online school. But honestly, my suggestion is, if you are like in high school and you just don't know what to do, you're 16 years old and you're not understanding anything and you're failing every single thing, honestly, I really suggest just dropping out and getting your GED.
It's called a high school diploma.
Very amusing, Mordecai. All merriment aside, perhaps you can assist me with this. Tell me, what's an 8-letter word for idiot?
Because if you drop out and get your GED, you can actually go to college and continue your education. And me personally, I'm not going to college, but you can drop out, get your GED, and get a full-time job also, when you can start working at a young age. You don't have to drop out and just be lazy, I guess, and not do nothing, because I'm currently in the process of getting my GED at the moment, and I don't think that it's gonna be that tough. I don't know. I just suggest getting your GED. So where was I don't know, but I do suggest getting your GED. You can start working at a young age, like full-time. Like, you can start working at a young age, just like full-time, instead of getting like a part-time job where you're barely making any money, and you know, it's just not working. With that in school, it's just not a good thing. Like, again, if you're like me and you don't understand anything, I'm not saying like drop out. You need to try, because I did try. People like to say like I didn't try and I just dropped out of high school, but I did try. Even my best friend was like, I wasn't trying, this and that, like I need to try harder. But I was trying my hardest, and it just was not cutting it. And it has been like that my whole life. I've always made the minimum, and I was tired of making the minimum. I was tired of making the minimum. I was tired of making the minimum in school. So I just, honestly, I dropped out, and I'm getting my GED very soon, and I'm going to get a job. I'm actually going to be moving out early too, so I do suggest that y'all just get your GED if y'all really struggling in school like I am. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it really helped you, I guess. I hope hope it helped you understand like where I came from and why I decided to drop out and get my GED. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe, and bye.